I'm glad you clicked on this because it's going to guide you through the walking experience. It can be a little bit subtle, it can be a little bit harder to focus, so go ahead and find yourself in a space where you can walk around. A big room, a track, outdoors. Put your earbuds in and let's guide you through this experience. You first want to start just in a standing position, very still, listening and just feeling your breath. Now, I know you might be in a public space, so just quiet your eyes down, close the eyes, and just feel your body being still and noticing your breathing. The main thing is that you're aware. Now, you can put your hands on your lower ribs and that will help. That will help begin to give you that articulation of the lower ribs and this gentle expansion and contraction. You're not trying to do anything fancy right now. You're just trying to tune in and get good mechanics of your breathing. Tendency is that when we move into spaces like this, that we're holding a little bit extra tension. So check in to see if there's any extra tension in the upper shoulders, in the neck, in the jaw. Try to feel your spine tall but relaxed, and the rest of the musculature in the upper body as efficient and soft as possible. Now, it's advisable to keep your hands on your ribs as you're doing the initial stages of this walking practice, so that you get a hang of the feeling. So if you're comfortable doing so, keep your hands on your lower ribs and begin walking. Now, you're going to walk so that you start to feel you're in a rhythmic pace of walking. It's not fast, it's not slow, but it's just a natural pace that you're used to. As you're walking, I want you to feel the rhythm of the breath moving in through the nose and expanding the lower ribs, and then the rhythm of the breath moving out of the lungs and out through the nose. So you're establishing now nose, slower and lower breathing. You're establishing nose, slow and low breathing. You're not establishing breathing light yet because that would be the next phase. Just get into the pace of your walking and get into the feeling of what it feels like to notice your breathing, nose, slow and low. While you're doing this, I know you're listening to my voice, but I want you to try to be very aware of the surroundings. I want you to notice the people, the buildings, the nature. Try to take in the five senses, and as well as focusing on your breathing. I'm asking you to do this dual approach because that is what we normally have to do in our day-to-day life anyway. So why would you cut off that part of the experience? Take that in. It's not a priority. It's not what you're focusing on, but you're aware of smells and sounds and sights. Continue to expand the lower ribs and continue to contract the lower ribs. Now you can start to lower the volume, reduce the volume of air. This is the beginning of breathing light. This is where we take what is feeling comfortable to you, what is normal in your breathing volume, and we begin to reduce it down maybe 10%. So not much. So you're continuing to walk, your hands are still in your low ribs as a guide, and you're starting to reduce the volume of air, which means you're taking in less air as you're breathing in and out. That sensation is through the nose, and you're noticing that you don't need to breathe as deep or as big, and you can remain low as you're breathing a little bit lighter. And now take it another 10% down. So now you're about 20% reduced volume, and you're starting to feel just on the edge of a lighter breath that you want to breathe a little bit deeper. So you're working towards that space and that experience where it feels like it's getting a little bit more challenging. The lightness of the breath, remember, is the buildup of the carbon. So relate the two together. You're not just doing this for a random reason. It's to build strength in the diaphragm, to build more carbon, and remember the carbon buildup is exactly what we want so that our everyday breathing can be more efficient and lighter. Now take it another 10% down. So now it's about 30%, and that's the space I want you to be in where you feel that you want to breathe a little bit bigger. You desire to breathe bigger, but you're going to resist against that desire. And as you're resisting against that desire, you're starting to feel the carbon buildup, and you're continuing to walk at this pace. You're continuing to be aware of the experience around you, and you're continuing to breathe light. The lightness of the breath is what you're maintaining now for the next few minutes. It's going to feel challenging. If it doesn't feel challenging, take it down another notch, which means breathe lighter. And of course, if this exercise isn't making sense to you, it's best to do it in a reclined position so you get a better sense of what breathe light is. This assumes you know what breathe light is. So moving into that space where you feel this gentle and gradual breath in and a gentle, relaxed and gradual breath out, and it feels very soft and gentle and quiet. It feels very subtle inside the body, but the mechanics of the breath remain positive. They remain productive, and you're aware of the mechanics as much as you are aware of the reduction of volume, as much as you're aware of the air hunger, as much as you're aware of the breath and the external experience that's happening all around you. I want you to expand your awareness as you're walking. It can feel challenging. I want you to experience something new, and to do that, we need to let the mind grow bigger in its concentration and its consciousness. So continue to expand your awareness as you're walking and you're feeling the breathe light. You're walking at a right pace. Your awareness is bright all around you. The five senses are taking in all the experiences, and you're maintaining this breathing light for another 30 seconds or so. Stay concentrated. Stay focused. Stay committed. Stay with the intention. And as you stay with this intention, what you are doing very productively is building a residual experience of knowledge that you can remember. You're building a mass of knowledge that you can remember that will allow you to come back to this experience more easily the next time. Now, take it back to your normal, everyday breathing pattern. Breathing light is over, and now you can just feel the breath moving, and you're walking, and you're feeling that awareness. Remind yourself that it doesn't always have to be breathe light when you're walking. You can walk with simple awareness of your breath. And in this moment, I want you to notice how your mind's perception feels. What is the quality of that right now? Can you sense that the mind's feeling of the mind, the quality, the presence of the mind is different? And if you can, then you've taken a journey, you've crossed the bridge, and you've transformed the experience of the mind a little bit, and that impression now stays inside your body, and you can remember that for the next time. As an addendum to this, if you want to try it with one blocked nostril, you can. That would be the next level. And you can do the exact same steps as what I just described with one nostril blocked. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you did the exercise. Just keep at it.